Hello again everyone, Deflect here, Firm and Fair Gaming. Wanted to bring you a video on the Guardian Druid tank. It's in last place of the tanks right now, which is unfortunate. It just doesn't do the damage the other one does. You can still do very high keys with it, just the other tanks do more damage. But I will go into the build here. This will be good for 9.25 Season 3 and Season 4. If there's any changes, big changes in Season 4, I'll let you know. But going into that, it's pretty much just going to be the same build as far as I know, with a little bit of upgraded equipment. But getting into what you're going to want Haste Verse. Verse just gives you more health. Haste just makes you attack quicker. That's your general idea of stats. You know, you can get some crit to make you do a little more damage, but Haste Verse is basically what you want to strive for. For the legendaries, obviously you're going to use Unity and Ursoc's Fury. Now, I am going to change Ursoc's Fury when I get to 15% leech. And there's a reason for that. I will be changing that to the Sleeper legendary, because the Sleeper legendary actually gives you a ton of leech. So during your incarn, you have all the leech, and you won't be losing health because of the damage you'll be doing. So I will be changing it to the Sleeper legendary once I hit 15 leech. Right now I'm at 9.3. I haven't been able to get leech on anything else in a while, but I will be doing that later on. And once I do that, I will keep you guys posted with another video and show you what it is about with the Sleeper legendary. As you can see, there it is. The Sleeper legendary Guardian of Ursox grants 25% increased damage. So during your incarn, you do 25% more damage and 15% leech. And I found at about 30% leech, it is equal to or better than Ursoc's Fury. But that'll be a video for another time because I don't have 15 leech yet. The trinkets I am running are Soleus, and again, because that one has leech, I got a crazy great roll on that with the leech. I am running the Blood Spouted Scale because outside of Incarn, Bear is very squishy. One of the squishier tanks in the game. Believe it or not, lots of healing, but you are susceptible to a ton of damage, unlike the other tanks outside of Incarn. 4-piece set is great. The 4-piece set, just while you're berserk, it adds more damage, so it helps you keep aggro, because bears are one of the worst for aggro as well. Even with the aggro buff, bears suck at keeping aggro because we have one spell to get aggro, growl, and the rest do like minor aggro threat. So it's a downfall to bear, but I do enjoy the Guardian Druid. It is a fun class of play. Unfortunately, they do need a buff in damage. It is low, and the only one they buffed was Mangle, which is terrible, but it is what it is. You can't win them all. Anyways, getting into the talents, I run Blood Frenzy. I know some people run Brambles. I run the Blood Frenzy right now. Renewal, I run Resto Affinity just for the extra healing, and Vortex. I know a lot run Balance for the extra range, and Typhoon, but I run this for the Vortex, and this is very helpful in some dungeons like SD, where you can pop out on the one boss and put everyone with Wild Growth and Rejuice while they're casting. So that was on the second boss of SD. You can help out a little bit. Sorry, third boss of SD. You can help out a bit. I'm running Mass Entanglements because I don't pop out and do Heart of the Wild too often. Again, obviously you're using Incarn. It's really the best. Some people are using Survival of the Fittest, but Earth Warden just does so much healing that I can't pass it up. It takes a ton of damage and absorbs a ton of damage. And then I am running Rend and Tear. Each stack of that Thrash reduces the target's damage to you and increases your damage to them, so that helps during your Incarn because all you do is Thrash. It's pretty basic for what Bear is. Bear's not like an overly hard tank to play, I guess. It just has a lot of utility, which makes it really, really great. So you have Hibernate, which you can use in Mist, so you can actually hibernate the little fox that comes and freezes everybody. You have your Soothe, which is great. You have your Mass Entanglements, which is good because you can cast that in bear form. I don't cast Entangling Roots because you have to pop out a bear form to use it. So it's not worth it to me. And Bear is pretty easy to... Oh, sorry to go play. But before I go on, I will show you the tree I'm using because I almost forgot that. I'm using Theodore. He is the best one for damage and does great healing as well. He also gives you a Mad Duke's Tea, which can get you some great stats. I have versatility right now. You can get agility, so you can get 4% extra agility, which is phenomenal. Unfortunately, you can't change it. It's got a 1 hour cooldown, so once you get one, you're pretty much stuck with that for a while. But you run him. I'm running Condensed Atmosphere because it does, again, some exceptional healing. Obviously, you got to run the Endless Thirst for your Ravenous Frenzy, increase your crit chance. I use Life of the Party. During Ember's Court, when Ember Court concludes, the effects of decree bestowed upon you are increased. Layered Main for one of the defensives. Finesse, it really doesn't matter. You can use what you like. I'm using Front of the Pack. Wasteland Proprietary. Frenzy signals the start of tea time, granting you 6% verse to you and 3% verse to up to 4 nearby allies. Very good when you start your frenzy. Everyone gets a little bit of extra verse. And then you need to run Unchecked Aggression for the 33% haste during Berserk, which is your Incarn. Life is but an appetizer. It's just you get more. You get a bonus for being well fed. So avoidance is increased by 60, speed is increased by 60. It's a great one to have. So even if you die, you want to eat because you do get the bonus of the stats here. And the last one I'm running is the Bark Skin cooldown. And then Party Favors is a good one as well. So drinking Mad Tea increases your verse, haste, verse, crit, or agility for 4 hours. So very good one to have. Theodore is what you run. And Bear is all about your Incarn windows. Big pulls during Incarn because you have huge survivability during your Incarn. Smaller pulls when you don't have Incarn. You don't have to go like crazy small, but you got to remember you will be squishy. So basically during your Incarn, you hit Incarn and you hit Ravenous Frenzy, and you must keep attacking. And you can see you can do crazy damage. Unfortunately, I'm hotspotting right now, so I'm lagging because internet is down. So the hotspot, but you need to watch your Ravenous Frenzy because after it will stun you if you don't cast a spell within X amount of seconds. But you can see I'm doing 35k damage there before it looks like my hotspot gave out. Anyways, that's the essentials of it. Use Bark Skin on cooldown to extend your Incarn because of your 4-piece set. Use Blood Spattered Scale when you have a lot of enemies around to absorb, so you don't need to use your Iron Fur as much or Survival Instinct during that time. You can kind of wait for a cooldown, or if they're on cooldown, use Blood Spatter. Keep Iron Fur up and use Ravenous Frenzy as needed. If you know you're going to take a hit, use it, and then basically before you take a hit, because it is a cooldown, it does receive healing over time, so it is a hot, but it is only over 3 seconds. So just before you take a big hit, if you hit Ravenous Frenzy, then you take the hit, then it'll heal you back up. As for the damage part of this, you'll want to pull a mob, pull them with Moonfire, and then you can go in and thrash them to get more aggro on the rest of the mob. But pull with Moonfire in case you don't get a target, then you can growl, which will taunt the target to you. So it is that that's the play to get the packs in towards you. And if you have a mouse over Moonfire, it makes it even easier. You'll want to mangle when you get it procced on your main target, and then other than that, thrash on CD and swipe when you don't have thrash available, or mangle, so swipe to keep aggro on the targets around you, inflicting damage. So that is that's pretty much Bear. Bear is it doesn't have that hard of a rotation really. It's just you got to remember you don't have the greatest survivability outside of Incarn. You are you're pretty vulnerable to almost any attack, frontals, back. Like you're pretty vulnerable. Like you have Iron Fur, but it only increases your armor, and then you have Survival Instinct, which reduces all damage you take by 50%. But it is it's on a 3-minute CD, and you get 2 charges. So you want to kind of use them sparingly. With you can use them a little more, but definitely use them if you're going to take big hits, survival instinct, and then stagger with a Barskin after, a Barskin before to grab the aggro as well. If you have any questions on Bear Tank, let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, deflect, Firm but Fair Gaming. We'll see you in the next video.